Now today we're going to talk about the places to touch a woman in bed. What are the places should you touch a woman in bed in order to turn her on, and what places shouldn't you touch her in bed? Sit still, don't go anywhere, because I've got a lot for you coming up. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, hoping that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today. Now, what are the places to touch a woman in bed? What are the places should you touch a woman, and what are the places shouldn't you touch a woman in bed? Now, there are many places that you should touch a woman and places you shouldn't touch her. Now, this differ from women to women. All women have insecurities when it comes to their bodies. They've got insecurities. There are places that a woman doesn't want to be touched. Now, this usually goes to women if it's your first time to hook up with a woman, or maybe it's your wife, you've been with her in a relationship for long. All women have insecurities on their body. They have insecurities. Now, especially most women, when they start gaining weight and all that kind of stuff, if they feel fat, if they feel they've got a gut here, they've got a gut, women are very insecure to undress up in front of a guy. They feel insecure when it comes to, say for instance, especially for women who put on weaves, black women who wear weaves, who wear braids, who wear all that kind of stuff. Some women are insecure about that hair, that nappy hair or afro hair to be sticking outside, and they hardly let their men see them without the weaves and without when the hair is not relaxed and all that kind of stuff. So now women have insecurities. Women are insecure when it comes to certain parts of their bodies. Maybe their boobs are very big, or they're very small, or they're very flat, or they're hanging down, or maybe it depends on what insecure. Maybe it's a scar somewhere, maybe there are things that really, maybe it's a tattoo from the ex. So there are places that you should touch and you shouldn't touch. But then now, this will go to men who have just met this woman. You just met this woman and you don't know why she's pulling away, or you don't know why she doesn't want to have sex with you yet. Now, these are things that you need to look out for. You need to find out whether exactly this woman has insecurities, and you need to find which insecurities are those. Now, these are places generally that I'm going to mention here, are places that generally in most cases, most women love when you touch them in those areas. They love when you touch them those places. Now, when you're in bed with a woman, there are things, I've mentioned things that you need to do in order to turn on a woman in bed or to arouse a woman. And I mentioned the breaks that you need to go through. Second stage was the accelerators. And then there are the last things that you do, the third stage of things, a set of things that you do in order to when you're busy having sex with her, or when you're busy with her in bed. Now, I will skip the breaks, I will skip the accelerators, and then I will jump straight to in the third last set of things that you need to do. Now, when you're busy with her in bed, you need to foreplay her. A woman needs to be foreplayed. You can't just jump on a woman and expect to have sex with a woman without foreplaying her. A woman needs to be foreplayed. You have to play with her. You have to play with her. You don't just jump on her like a chicken. Now, some men, not most, but some men don't know how to foreplay women. Most men are selfish. Most men are selfish. They don't, it's all about them. I want sex, I want it now. And they expect the woman to feel the same way. Women don't just turn on just like men turn on. Women take a while. A woman can take even 5 days to turn on, depending on how tight she is, or how uptight and how her sexuality is locked up away. Like I said in those videos, women's sexuality can be locked up away for years. A woman can be married, can be in marriage, but her sexuality was locked up long time ago due to the things that have been happening to her, have been happening in her life experience, in her marriage, in her life, in her in her personal life, with her parents, with her mother, her upbringing, her background. Those things cause a woman to lock up. She tightens up, and nobody can ever help her release herself. She cannot release that sexuality that's been locked up away. Now, some of those are the breaks that hold a woman, and you find that her sexuality locks up away. It's locked up away. Now, some of these things are stress, anger, bitterness, unforgiveness, past experience, and all that kind of stuff. And maybe she's going through something, maybe she's sick, maybe she's worried about the husband dying, she's worried maybe about the parents who are dying, and all that kind of stuff. The teenagers who are exposed to all this kind of stuff, drugs out there. A woman can easily lock up, and these are the things that you need to break before you arouse her, before you get her into bed. You need to break these things down. Now we're not talking about, I'm not here to discuss about the brakes and the accelerators and all those things. I'm here to discuss where to touch a woman when you're with her in bed, where to touch her, places to touch her when you're in bed. Now, women love now. Women, when you're in bed, women love it when you first foreplay them. Caress them, touch them but you know your woman's switches. You know where her switches are. You know where when you touch her, she loses it. She jumps up and she trips up, and you know where to touch her. You know where to touch her. Every woman, like I said, every woman is different from the other. Women are different. Some, when you tickle them, they get excited and they get turned on. Some, when you rub their feet and you massage their feet, they get rubbed. Now, most women, when you massage their feet and rub their feet, they usually get turned on. Now, those are the things that most women really love. Women love affection. Women are affectionists. They are affection. Women are affection. They love when you spend time with them, when you're just laying there with them. You don't do nothing to them. You're not having sex with them, but they're just laying against you. You're just talking. You're just discussing and talking, and you're just there. Women are not always into sex, unlike men. Men are always into sex. When a man sees a woman, it's always the first thing that comes into his mind is sex. Women, it's not sex. To women, it's just being there. It's just having someone to talk to. It's just spending time with someone. That's why you see women usually they end up sleeping and having sex with men who give them shoulders to cry on. Who say maybe they're going through a breakup or something like that. Or the man is away. The husband is away on a mission, is away or for work, or is away overseas. Then usually the man who's always there available to give her an ear is the one that she ends up having sex with. Women love that. Women love you to be around. They love you to cuddle them. They love you to just touch them. They love you to learn how to kiss. Go and learn how to kiss. The tactics of kissing. How to kiss. Learn how to kiss. Go and read books about romance. Go and learn. You need to take these courses. You need to learn how to touch her and how to go. Now, women, like I said, women usually love when you're starting to kiss her. You need to rub her neck first. Take that hair. If she's got a weave or she's got long hair, if she's Asian, if she's white or she's Caucasian, pull away her long hair or her braids, throw it to the back, and then rub her neck. Don't just jump onto her lips. All of a sudden you start sucking her lips and sticking your filthy tongue into her mouth. First rub her, turn her on by give her a gentle massage around her neck. Give her a gentle massage. Rub her, throwing her hair to the back. And then rub her neck first, and then bring your finger and put it behind her ear, and then smoothly, and look her into her eyes. You will always tell. You can always tell if a girl is nervous. If she's nervous and scared and she's afraid of telling you, you will always see in her eyes. Before you kiss her, look her into her eyes. Look into her eyes and make sure that she really wants this. She wants what you're going to do. If the eyes look nervous and scared and afraid, don't go ahead, don't kiss her, don't do anything. So look her into her eyes, into her eyeballs, and look her. If she's busy, if you busy hold her neck. Now you see, holding this neck Holding the neck is for you to feel her body language. Her body language, to feel her. If she's pulling away, if you're caressing her and she's pulling away, if she's bringing her head, if she's tossing her head next to, towards your hand, then she's ready. She wants what you're doing. But if she's pulling it away, if she pulls it away like this, then she's not ready. She doesn't want what you're about to do. So now, gently, if she pulls, you can feel that she's pulling towards you. And by doing that, by massaging her, she will move towards you, and then you will know that she really wants to kiss or do anything. But then now, that's one of the place that you can really touch a woman if you're in bed, or if you really want to turn her on. The other thing is when you're holding her back. Now you're busy playing her, and you're busy kissing her and stuff. Just take your hand and put it around her waist, and then start massaging her backbone. Rub her backbone. The backbone here, this the spinal cord. Rub that spinal cord, rub that backbone, massage that backbone. That backbone always turn women on. They turn on when you're rubbing their backbone like that. Don't you just busy kissing her and just grabbing her so tight and putting. No, rub her backbone gently, rub her backbone, and those are the places. I've got so many ideas, tips and ideas of how to where to touch, places to touch a woman when you're in bed, but I can't be able to give all of them in this video. I'm so sorry, forgive me. But then I'm busy still. I'm producing many other videos. So if you want to see more of these tips, I beg you, giving me your subscription, giving me your like will really do a lot, will really motivate me. It will increase on my and also your ideas. Put them there in the comment box. It will give me motivation of what videos, of even making more videos and doing more research onto delivering content to you. So please make sure that if you want to see more of my contents, more of my videos, and if you want to learn more about how to places where to touch a woman, and also how to sexually arouse a woman, make sure that you touch the subscribe button there. Also click on that bell button next to it to receive a notification or a message to all my awesome videos, and whenever I upload anything onto YouTube. Share this video, share it on social media, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook. There are many people out there that really need these tips. They want to learn, they want to hear about this information. They've got questions and they're wondering where to find such tips. They've got no idea, they don't know where to find these tips. Please make sure that you share it on Twitter, on WhatsApp, on everywhere on social media. Share this video for everyone to learn. Please give me your comment. Put a comment there in the comment box. If you have any idea, anything you want to discuss or talk about, put it there in the comment box and let us discuss. Let me visit your channel, let's interact, and let me even subscribe to your channel, even like your videos. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, and I hope that you stay tuned to these sex videos again and again and again. Bye bye.
Are you browsing on that world map for your favorite destination during holidays? Cape Town is your best choice. Filled with rocky mountains, Table Mountain is our most tourism attraction, and not to mention Robben Island. Woodstock being one of the neighborhood suburbs, spending time relaxed at the coolest corners situated there will leave you with memories to tell. Spend your holidays in the city of Cape Town and enjoy the African warm experience Mother City has to offer. When it comes to hospitality in Cape Town, hotels in Woodstock next to the Table Mountain will offer the most awesome view, allowing you to take an afternoon walk around the bottoms of the Rocky Mountain. Safety in the city of Cape Town is the #1 priority to ensure that visitor as well as citizens are free to jog and take walk freely without worrying about their well-being. Have you visited the top of the Table Mountains yet? What of riding those boats that take off from the waterfront? The Cape Town experience is one that will leave you with nothing but memories to tell. Catch your next flight and get to your favorite destination, which is the Mother City of Cape Town, today.
Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, hoping that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today. Now, how do you make a woman want you? Now, there are many ways to make a woman want you, but then some of them I'm gonna mention them here, but I won't be able to give you all the tips in one video, because I always want to keep the videos as short as possible so that I do not get to bore you. But now, most of the tips that I have to mention here are the main tips that will help you know exactly how to make a woman want you. Are you a guy out there, you a man that you don't know how to communicate with women, you don't know how to talk to women, you're in a marriage and you're trying to revive your marriage and bring it back, you want your woman, you want your wife, you want to save your marriage, and you really don't want to divorce your woman, or your woman is your woman, you feel tired of your woman, or maybe she's tired of you. Now these tips will help you to know exactly how to make a woman want you. Now maybe you're chasing after her, you're chasing after that woman, and you don't exactly know how to go about it, how to go about keeping her around and making her want you, making her want you, men. Then these are the tips to look out for. These are the things that you need to keep in mind when you're trying to make a woman go after you, or making her just after you yourself. I understand most people believe that men are hunters, but those are the times, those are long time ago times, those are ancient times where women used to be hunted by men. The man was the one in control, in charge, and all that kind of stuff, and a woman was just an object, a tool, a possession that was possessed by a man, and therefore a man was the one who was supposed to go about and hunt a woman, and or even propose to a woman. Times are changed now. Times are changed that women also have power now. Women have power. Women propose. Women get married. Men take women's surnames, right? So today things have changed. Things have changed. Women also have rights. Women have power. But then now, if you're a man, if you're a guy, how do you make a woman want you? But now, before we dive straight into it, and you're new to this channel, I would ask you, I beg you, to go ahead and give me your subscription. Subscribe there at the bottom. Subscribing doesn't mean that I'm going to start taking money from your account. That's not what it means. Subscription means you will be a part of my audience that views. YouTube will start showing you my videos, and also hit the bell button. There's a bell button next to the subscribe button. Touch it, and you will receive a message or a notification to all my awesome videos that I upload to YouTube, just for you, for your education, and to deliver tips and stuff for you that comes from my channel. But then now, what are the things that you look out for? You need to look out for when you want a woman to want you. Now, I'm not gonna send you to some voodoo or to some magic or to some. I'm not here to teach you how to magically or poison her and make her want you and all that kind of brainwashing stuff. No, my tips here are normal, natural tips, are things you need to do, natural things that you need to do if you really want her, if you want her to really fall in love with you, and if you want her to love you. Now, these are the things you have to. Number one is you need to learn how to communicate to women. You need to know what women want to hear. First of all, women have things that they want to hear. These things are called them love lies. Now, women love lies. Love lies are things that women know. They know that you're lying. You will promise to buy her Oprah's mansion. You'll promise to buy her the Table Mountain. I live next to a Table Mountain, so that's why I use it as my example. But then you promise her to buy her the whole city. You promise her to take her to Paris. You promise her to take her to wherever, or Africa, or wherever you want to take her. So these are love lies. So these women love to hear this. Women, they know that you're lying. You don't even have a job. You don't even have an income yet. But to them, they want to hear these things. They love hearing these things. So there are things that women love to hear. These love lies, women love to hear them. Women love to hear that it's all about them. Your whole life revolves around them. They are number one in your life. They are your first option. They are your first priority. Women love to feel like a queen, like a princess. They love to hear you say things that they want to hear. Now, this is one of the things that men do not know how to communicate with women. They don't know things to say. They don't know that sometimes the things they say are pissing them off, are pissing women off. I've got videos about how to arouse a sexually arouse a woman. Now in those videos, I taught things that you need to do in order to arouse a woman and make her want you in bed. I won't go in details to them about those tips of how to sexually arouse a woman right here. But dive into my videos there. You will see videos points that I mentioned in those videos about how to make sure that you sexually arouse a woman and get her into the mood and get her to want you. But then now women love to hear these things. Women, there are things, find out your woman, find out what generally, I'm gonna give you what generally women want to hear. But then now women are different, but these tips will work generally on every woman. Well, on every woman wants to hear these things. Women love to hear men say I love you. You need to say I love you to a woman. Women have been married years, decades, and they've been married in marriages, but they've never had the longing to hear their husband say words like I love you, I trust you, you are the only one, you're my queen, you're my everything. Women love to hear these words, and the only thing that takes away women and makes women drift away from marriages, from relationships, from it's things, it's because you never say things they want to hear. I understand, even though you don't feel like saying these words, but just make it. Men who are romantic men are not, they're not romantic simply because they mean what they're saying. They don't necessarily have to mean what they say, but start practicing saying these things to her. Say these things to her, but with practice, by practicing them day and day. I know it's difficult for a man. Men usually find it difficult to say things like I love you, I trust you. Men feel like they're losing power. They feel like they are losing power when they say these things. It means men are built of ego. They're made of ego. So now, by saying these things, they feel like they're becoming weak. They feel like they're exposing their weakness. So I do understand. But then when it comes to making a woman want you, a woman is always every man's weakness. So making a woman want you, it means you need to compromise your ego. You need to step down from that from that high horse that you're busy sitting on. You need to step down. If you really need a woman in your life and you want your marriage and you want your relationship, or you want that woman to really accept you and have sex with her, you need to step down from that high horse of yours. So in this includes saying things that will feel like they're making you weak a little bit, but then you need to step down. Women love men who are vulnerable. Men who are vulnerable. Now this is my second point of knowing how to make a woman want you. Women love men at their weakness, at their weak spots. If you show a woman, if you open up to a woman, if you cry on her shoulder, cry on her shoulder. The same way you go to a bar and you cry on a barman's shoulder, on that bottle, and you cry on that bottle. Make a woman cry on her shoulder. Tell her deep things that you're going through. Talk about your family stuff. Talk about deep things that you're going through. It's your deep weaknesses. Women love that. It will make a woman open up her legs. Open up her legs. The minute women love, because women have this perception about men that they are so locked up, they've got this ego that they'll never trust anybody, never talk about their issues, they never open up to anybody, they just hard nut to crack. So now if you show her your vulnerability, if you expose your vulnerability to her, you make her melt. You melt her and you make her open up her legs without even, she will tear your clothes off simply because she feels like you've trusted her and she feels like she's got you where exactly she wants you. Basically, you make her feel like she owns you. Make her feel like she's got power over you. Women like, now this is my third one. Women like being over the men, being on top of men. They love having power over men. Now this is not gonna chop off your legs. It's not gonna chop off your hands. It's not gonna chop off your neck. Just show her, give her what she wants. If you want to get what you want, show her that she's got power over you. Show her that she's on top of the game. She's on top of you, and she's on top. She's the one in control. Women love that. Now, if it's in marriage, if it's in a relationship, give her the financial power. Give her the financial, show her that she's the one who controls your salary. She controls your money, she controls the money in the relationship. That way you'll get to have her. But then now, if your ego, if you're busy boosting your ego and you want her to feed your ego, it will never work. The relationship can never work. Show her that she's in control. Now, there are many tips. Like I said, there are several other tips to make a woman want you, but then I won't be able to explain all of them in this one video. That is why I'm gonna just make it short. I'm gonna make it short and make sure that you get the few, and then I put the few in the other videos. So just come around, stick around, and see and watch all my other videos that I have, tips that I have about how to make a woman want you. Now there are several other tips. There are several other tips of be charming, and I won't mention. I'll just mention these tips. I won't go into details with them because we're running out of time. But be charming, be masculine. Be masculine. I understand that being feminine, most men that try so hard to be feminine, they feel like they wanna relate to women. You wanna relate to her. You wanna relate to her femininity side. You want her to gossip with you. You want to relate to. But then when you overdo it, you kind of like. When you become so feminine, it turns off a woman. Women don't like feminine men. But real women love masculine men. Masculine men. Put out your masculinity. Masculinity doesn't mean to be so girly and to be so feminine. It means be in charge. But then now I remember I told you to show her that she's in charge. But then now that's not the being in charge that I mentioned. Be in control. Be on top of the game. If you're approaching her with a matter, don't approach it with confidence. I think that's the word. Confidence. Be confident. Be confident and approach her with confidence. Tell her, put the matter on the table without beating around the bush. If it's a woman, it's your first time to approach her and you want to approach her without fear, without being scared and being afraid that she might accept you or she might brush you off or she might push you away. Approach her with boldness. Be bold. Be bold, not bald. Be bold. Be bold enough to approach her with confidence and talk to her. Tell her, look, I want to take you out. I want to go out with you. Don't beat around the bush. Women hate it when you beat around them. So be masculine. Be masculine. Be masculine. Bring out your masculinity. Be in control. Be in control of her if it's in a marriage. Stop being a girly and be a softie and be shout at for once. Don't be violent. Don't be abusive. But raise your voice for once in a while. Women laugh when they see that violence coming out of you. Don't be abusive. Don't be violent. Don't be molesting. But put your foot down and be like, woman, this is how it should be. This is how it's gonna be. Women love when men put their foot down. That's the masculinity that I'm talking about. Not the control, not the abusive, not the bulliness. Don't be bully, but be in charge and be in control. Women love that. Now, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe there at the bottom and you want to see more of my videos. Touch the bell button next to it to receive a notification to my awesome videos that I upload to YouTube just for you. Now, share this video. Share it on social media. Share it to friends. Make sure that you share it on Facebook and everywhere for friends to learn and know about these tips. And also like it. If you don't like it, dislike it. Now, also put a comment there in a comment box. Comment, put the ideas there, put anything. Tell me what you think about my ideas. If you object and if you have anything to object about this video, if you don't like it, tell me there in the comment box. I would like to visit your channel and interact with you and like and subscribe your channel also. Let's grow together. Let's grow our channels together and interact together and learn from one another. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, and I hope that you come back again and again for more sex videos. Bye-bye.
View, allowing you to take an afternoon walk around the bottoms of the Rocky Mountain. Safety in the city of Cape Town is the #1 priority to ensure that visitor as well as citizens are free to jog and take walk freely without worrying about their well-being. Have you visited the top of the Table Mountains yet? What of riding those boats that take off from the waterfront? The Cape Town experience is one that will leave you with nothing but memories to tell. catch your next flight and get to your favorite destination, which is the mother city of Cape Town today.
Hi. Today we're going to talk about how to make a woman fall in love with you. So if you want to learn and you want to hear about these tips, sit still, don't go anywhere, don't move, because I've got a lot of tips to give you regarding how to make a woman fall in love with you. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, hoping that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today. Now, do you want to learn or do you want to know how to make a woman fall in love with you? Are you a guy who's really bad? When you're bad, you've got a bad experience when it comes to women and you don't even know how to turn women on. You don't know what to do in order to get a woman stay or stick around. You don't know how to keep relationships. You don't know how to talk to women. You don't know how to communicate to females. Now the tips that I'm going to give you right now will teach you exactly how to make a woman fall in love with you, love you and want you badly, and even throwing themselves over you. And I know that's exactly what you want. So stick by me, don't go anywhere. But before we dive straight into this video, I want you to subscribe there at the bottom if you're new to this channel. And if you want to receive any message or any notification about everything that I upload to YouTube, touch the bell button next to the subscribe button to receive those messages. Now, how do you get a woman? How do you make a woman fall in love with you? In case you're struggling with women, you're struggling to get women, you don't know exactly how to go about finding women or keeping them around. Women come and go, they come and go. You find it difficult or hard to make a woman stick around. They don't know, you don't know what's wrong with you. You think it's some voodoo, you've been bewitched and all that kind of stuff. You're blaming it on everybody, you're blaming it on everyone, you're blaming it on your parents who raised you, you're blaming it on the society, you're blaming it on the education and all that kind of stuff. But now, what do you really need to do in order to make a woman fall in love with you? Now, there are several tips. I've got many tips in my other videos that talk about how to seduce a woman, how to turn on a woman, how to sexually arouse a woman. I've got many videos how to keep your relationship happy, how to do all that kind of stuff. So if you want to see more of those videos, just dive straight into my playlist at the bottom there and check them out. Check out all the videos and learn a lot about women. Now, how do you get a woman to fall in love with you? Now, there are many ways to make a woman fall in love with you, especially with just the little things that you do. Firstly, there are things that you can do, and secondly, there are words that you need to say, words that you need to use. Now, women are creatures that are very sensitive. They are sensitive. They're not hard as men. They are females and they're very fragile and they're fragile. So whatever thing that you say, whatever that you say to a woman, it can easily turn her on or turn her off. Now, you need to know exactly how do you go about communicating with a woman in case you really want to turn her off or on, or you want to make her fall in love with you with words. What should you say and what shouldn't you say? Now, there are many things that really turn off a woman. Things like when you don't compliment a woman. Women hate when you don't know how to compliment a woman. Compliment a woman even though she doesn't look good. Say if she never tell a woman that she's fat. Never tell a woman that she's fat. A woman is always losing weight. Always, in your eyes, a woman is always losing weight. You always have to go like, have you lost some weight? Have you lost some pounds? I've noticed you've lost. Even if you see she's gaining weight, just uplift her. Do not tell a woman that she's gaining weight. Gaining weight. Don't tell a woman she's gaining weight. Don't tell a woman that she's getting old. Don't tell a woman that she's starting to develop wrinkles. Don't tell a woman she's getting gray hair. Don't tell a woman things. Those are things that you don't mention to a woman. You don't tell a woman that she's aging. She's aging or the time is passing. Such things you don't tell a woman. A woman is always complimented. A woman is always a baby. She's always a baby. She remains a baby forever and ever. Even if she's 60 years old, she's always a little girl. She's a little girl. Women love to feel young, to feel fresh, to feel like girls, to feel like babies. Even if it's a 70-year-old, tell her she's a girl. You don't call her lady. You don't call her old lady. You don't call her Mrs. You don't call her madam. You don't. She's a young girl. She's a big girl. If she's old, If older women are big girls, you call her a big girl. You don't call her, if you say you can't, you don't say when you're even referring to other people, you don't say I met an old lady. When you're talking to an old lady, you don't tell her that you met an old lady. You tell her you met a big lady. You met a matured lady, a matured girl. You met a big girl. You met a big girl, not an old lady. You don't say you met an old woman. No, you met a matured girl. A matured girl. So women, all women, wherever they are, they want to feel young, they want to feel sweet, and that little sweet little pinky girl who plays with dolls, that's what they want them to make them feel. But if you're with a woman, and the first impression, the first time you meet a woman, whether you're going on an interview, whether you're going at a hospital to see a doctor, a checkup, a nurse, or anyone you go approach, someone at an institute, you never your first approach, never approach her as an old lady, as if she's your mother. Don't make any woman feel as if she's your mother or your big sister. No, she's a girl. She's a girl. In your eyes, she's a girl. Every woman needs to feel like a girl. So your first impression will turn them on. If it's a job, you've gone for a job interview, you're gonna lose that job. You will fail that interview from the first time you treat her like a woman. If she feels you treat her like a senior, you failed the interview. She's not gonna pass you. You will not pass that interview. So make every woman feel young, feel small. Not small, but make them feel young like little girls. Tell her, excuse me, girl. Don't worry. Don't be nervous that you wanna call her lady, you wanna respect her. No, call her girl. Call her a girl. Sorry, big girl. Sorry, young girl. Sorry, big. It's a girl. Everywhere, just try it. You'll see. Women love that, and women, you'll get whatever you want out of a woman if you make her feel young, make her feel like a baby. Even if she's older, much older, if she's your mother's age, make her feel as if she's younger than you. Women love that. Now, there are things that you need to say. There are things that you don't say when you're with a woman. You don't ask her age. You don't ask a woman her age. You don't ask a woman. There are things that you don't ask a woman. Dive into my videos there. You will learn exactly how to communicate with women. Things they want to talk about. Things you say to a woman and things you don't say to a woman. Now, there are things that you do besides saying, besides the words you use. There are things that you do when you approach a woman. Don't talk about yourself. It's not all about you. Don't make it all about yourself. Make it about her. Say, for instance, you've met this chick, you've met this woman, you've met at a park, in a bar, anywhere you've met. Make it all about her. Want to know about her. Ask her about her. Don't talk about you. It's not all about you. Don't cry on her shoulder. Women don't want weak men. Don't cry on her shoulder. Don't use her to offload. Women hate that. Make it about her. It's all about her. It's about her. The whole world, your whole world basically revolves around her. The 5 minutes that you spend with that woman, make it all about her. Make her think about you even after she leaves. Make her think about you. Make her feel safe, and make her feel like she can open up to you. She can cry to you. You're a good listener. You've got an ear for her. Women love that. A woman will fall in love with you if you give her an ear. Give her an ear. Just listen to her. Just let her talk. When your phone rings, do not answer it. Cancel it. Cancel the call in front of her. Tell her, I'm sorry. Right now I'm with you. I don't want to answer calls. So that's how you make a woman fall in love with you. Women love men's attention. Women love your attention. She loves your attention. She loves your presence. She wants you to be here. She wants the whole of you to be present. Not you're here with her. Maybe you're talking, she's trying to talk to you, and you're busy yawning, you're busy looking at the time, you're busy looking at your phone, you're busy checking your messages, you're busy answering your WhatsApp calls, and all that kind of stuff. Women feel like you're not present. You are there, but and now this goes even to married couples, people who are in relationships. A woman hates when you're not there. When you're here, but your thought is at work, at the office, at your job, at your with your colleagues, at your hobbies, with soccer. You're here, but you're thinking about soccer. You're thinking about sport. Women hate that. Women want the whole of you to be here. Want your whole attention to be. I understand. Many men, most men think, always say, yeah, but I'm here, but what else do you want? But I'm here with you. Why are you complaining? I'm here with you. You're here with her, but you are not here. She can feel, she can sense that you are not here. You are not here. So you need, women love when you're here. They love your presence. You need to be here. Another thing that women love is when you treat her like a queen, treat her like a princess, treat her like a queen, treat her like a queen mother, like a queen, treat her like a queen. Open that door for her, pull out the chair at the restaurant, open the car door for her, and do little things. Women love, such little things turn women on. Such little things can make women fall in love with you. Women bring up, another thing is, bring up something that she spoke about a long time ago, that she mentioned last year, that she mentioned years ago, something she mentioned at the beginning of the conversation when you just met her. Bring that up. Bring that up. Tell her, I'm sure I remember you said something like this, you mentioned something like this. Remind her. Women love when you bring those those references that of things that they mentioned, of things that they told you. It shows them that you're really attentive. You are attentive when she's speaking to you. You are here. You're listening. You're a good listener, and you do listen. You are attentive and you give her time. Women love that. Woman will fall in love with you without even a blink, without even in a twinkle of an eye. A woman will fall in love with you. So now make sure that if you want to see more of this video, make sure that you touch the subscribe button, and also make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you comment, put a comment there in the comment box, and make sure that you share this video with friends, with everybody, for people to learn and know about it. Now this is Israel again, and I want you to keep coming back and back again for more sex videos. Bye bye.
Is your hairline damaged from all the chemicals applied? Do you braid your hair too tight? Are you wearing a wig every day? Injibs Cosmetics Hair Care Range is the answer. Injibs range restores your hairline, moisturizing hair while giving it back its shine and elasticity. Injibs Hair Care Range has a variety of products including hair food, weave and braid stays, shampoos and many more. Find Injibs at your nearest cosmetic store at an affordable price. Restore your hair back to its natural condition today. When it comes to a woman who cherishes her beauty, a little bit of attention takes her a long way. Looking elegant, beautiful and stylish puts that puzzle together, but there's that one piece missing, and only to realize that Injibs is the answer. Answer.
Now today we're going to talk about how to turn on a woman with words. So if you really want to know exactly how to do just that, sit still, don't move, don't go anywhere, because I've got a lot of tips and things to teach you in this video. Israel once again from Injibs Cosmetics, hoping that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today. Now how do you go about doing just that? How do you turn on a woman with just words? How do you do that with just words? Now there are many ways to turn on a woman with just words, but then now the only way to do that is by knowing exactly and learning exactly that there are things to do. There are things to do. There are things that you need to take care of. I've got videos that teach about that mentioned how exactly to how to sexually arouse a woman, how to sexually arouse a woman, videos that teach how to turn on a woman and how to do all that kind of stuff. But then now you need to know exactly that in case you really want to, you need to be very smart when you're starting to do this, because women are creatures that are very sensitive. They are sensitive creatures that you need to be very smart. They are very sensitive. They are very emotional creatures, and you need to know exactly how to go about, or else you'll mess up the whole thing. You'll mess up your whole relationship if you really have no idea of how to go about it. Now the tips that I'll explain in this video are tips that will teach you in details how exactly to approach a woman and turn her on with just words. Now some of the things I mentioned in those videos are things like Like, you need to be a gentleman. You need to be, first of all, I started by saying in those videos, I'll give you a hint of what I said in those videos, so that before we dive straight into ways of how to do justice, you have a clue, you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Now, there are things that you really need to look out for when you're starting to sexually arouse a woman. Now, the woman has got, there are things that you need to break through, like brakes. A woman has brakes, a woman has accelerators, and the woman has other things that you need. So by the way, you need to go through three stages if you want to sexually arouse a woman. Three stages that you need to do. Those number one stage is the brakes. You need to go through the brakes. You need to go through the accelerators too. You need to go through the third stage when you're busy having sex with her. But then now the first stage with is the brakes. You need to go through that stage. If you fail to break through that stage of the brakes, you might not succeed. You might not succeed. You might not succeed in satisfying her. You might not satisfy her. You might not even get her into bed if you fail to go through the first stage, which is the brakes. But then now in the brakes, I mentioned things like you need to some of the brakes that hold a woman can easily take her sexuality and lock it up away, locked it up with chains and throw away the key. A woman's sexuality, that's why it's very difficult to arouse a woman, to turn her loose and to get her open up. It's very difficult because a man runs to sex to relieve himself or to relieve his anger. Sex is like a gym to men. To men, it's like gym. Now, to women, when they become angry, they lock up. When they become upset, when they become anxious, when they become when they suspect that a man is cheating, when they suspect you cheating, they lock up. Automatically they lock up. You as a man, instead, when you become angry, you run to sex as your punching bag. You run to sex as your reliever, as your sex reliever. So now women are creatures that they lock up their sexuality for years. She can be in marriage, she locks it up, and then nobody can open it up, nobody can unlock it, because herself she can't unlock it because she can't find that key. Now the only person who can unlock that sexuality, that woman's sexuality, from the chains that it's been chained and locked up, it's a man. And you need to know exactly what to do. You need to know things. There are many things that can lock up a woman's sexuality with chains and lock it up permanently. And some of these things are things like anxiety, stressing out. Maybe she's stressed out because of the kids are stressing her out. Kids are maybe she lost her child, she had a miscarriage. These are things that lock up. Maybe her in-laws, your mother is working on her nerve. Your mother, you're always putting your mother before her. So these are the things. She's stressed out, she's anxious, she thinks you're cheating, you don't give her enough attention, you don't give her enough love. Things changed, it's not the way it used to be. Things are difficult now, things are different. So these are the things that lock her up. She locks up. Maybe it's at work. She's being bullied at work. She's being exploited at work. She's being the boss is overworking her. So she's going through stuff. She's threatened. She might lose her job. Her work is, her professional is at stake. She might lose her license. She might lose. So things could be easily. Her parents might be sick. Her teenagers could be maybe her girl. She's worried about her girl getting and all that kind of stuff. So you need to know exactly that these are things that can lock her up. She can easily lock herself up, and you might even end up failing. That's why I said you might, if you fail to go through the first stage, which is unlocking the brakes or breaking through. The first stage is the brakes. Second stage is the accelerators. Third stage is the other several stuff that you do in order to arouse her and turn her on. So, but now, before we go deeper, dive deeper into more stages of how to really turn her on with words. Now that was our topic. How to, if you really have a comment, any comment that you have, put it there in a comment box. Put it in a comment box, because I want to hear your ideas. I want to know what are your ideas regarding this topic. If you have anything, put it there in the comments so we can discuss it and share it with others. And also, I wouldn't mind visiting your channel. Maybe you want us to interact, or maybe even share ideas. I don't have a problem with that. Just put it there in the comment. Drop it there in the comment, and also let me know exactly what you think. What do you think about this? Tell me what ideas you have. Tell me what you want me to make the next video. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to put there in the video. But then now, if we dive back into what we were talking about, there are many ways in order to turn her on with just your words. With just your words, without doing anything. But first of all, you need to take her out. Go out. Take her out, but then when you're out with her, make sure that you give her your whole attention. Don't answer your phone. Don't be busy on your phone. Women hate that. They hate when you answer your attention. They hate when you don't give them. They hate when you don't give them your full attention. When you receive phone calls and then you get up and you go answer your phone calls outside. They hate when you don't give them your attention. Women need your full attention there. They need you to be attending to them. They hate it when you're there, but you're not there. You're there but your mind is not there. Women can feel it. They can feel when you're not present, when you're far away. But then back now to really turning her on with your own words. There's one tip that I'm gonna give you right now that really women love it so much. So don't talk about yourself. Don't make your whole life up, the whole going out. Remember, I mentioned about taking her out. Taking her out is one of the things that will break through those breaks that really made her sexuality lock up. She looks up her sexuality, but you need breaks in order to break through those walls, in order to get through, remember the walls, that breaks that I mentioned was stress, anxiety, and all that kind of stuff. So in order to break through, you need to take her out and make sure that you put her in a calm mode, whereby she's calm, she's relaxed, she doesn't stress anymore. You will not get her into bed if she's stressed out. If she's stressed out, she's locked up, you will not get her into bed. But now, when you are busy out with her, you're talking about her, do not do the talking. Don't do the talking. Just keep quiet. Just shush. Zip your mouth. Don't talk too much. Just let her talk about herself. She needs to be the one to doing the talking. Women hate guys who talk too much. Guys who talk too much are a turn off. Let her talk. You be a listener. Listen to what she talks, all the kind of stuff she's talking about. You just be a good listener. Then let her do the talking. Just agree. Everything she says, just agree. And then finally, just move close to her ear. Remember, now she thinks that you're coming, you're going for her lips. She thinks you're coming, you're approaching to kiss her. No, don't just go close to her ear while she's busy talking and blabbing and all that kind of stuff and going on. Go next to her ear and whisper into her ear. Tell her how beautiful she is. Just say something sweet and then just pull away and then continue listening to her. Now that's one thing that turns them on. Now this is the only way. Now the other thing that can easily turn them on with words is say what they want to. There are things that women love to hear. Women have to hear. I usually call them love lies. Women love to hear love lies. Promise her that mansion, promise her to take her to Paris, promise her to take her to places. Even though you don't have a job, she knows you can't afford it, she knows you don't have a job. But women love to hear love lies. Promise her Oprah's mansion, she will melt. she will just fall in love with you. So those are the things that you need to say. You can easily turn her on with your words without even doing anything, but just say. So now, if you want to hear more of my videos, more of my tips, and you're really intrigued and you really want to learn how to turn a woman on, make sure that you subscribe there at the bottom. Touch the bell button next to it, and that bell button is to receive a message or a notification whenever I upload something to YouTube, just for your education and for your knowledge. And also share this video on Twitter, share it on Facebook, on everywhere if you want your friends to learn and know about these tips. Make sure that you touch the thumb up or thumb down, touch the bell button to receive all the messages. Also, make sure that you put a comment there in the comment box for me to interact with you and get your ideas, and also make sure that I know you better. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, hoping that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today. Bye-bye.
Is the right place for you. This channel has got everything that you need. This channel has got everything that you've been looking for in life. This channel has got all that you need how to teach you how to go run your life, and how to go about your daily living every day, and how to go through life in an easy way, in a very adventurous way, and in a very loving way, and in a very encouraging way, and in a very inspiring way regarding other people. So this channel is for you. This channel is for you. Don't go anywhere. Don't change the channel. Sit still. Go through all the videos and try and get your life better. Teach yourself how to do things. Teach yourself how to go through life. Teach yourself how to encourage others, and teach yourself how to be a useful person in this life that you're given by the Almighty. Thank you.
Do you want to know the sexual body language signs? Sit still, don't go anywhere, because we've got a lot to discuss, and I've got a lot of tips to give you regarding sexual body language signs. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, hoping that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today. Now, what are the sexual body language signs? There are several sexual body language signs, and of which some of them I'm going to walk you through them right now. But first of all, before we dive straight into it, I would want you to subscribe. If you're new to this channel, subscribe down there at the bottom, touch the bell button, and then to receive a notification or a message to every awesome video that I upload to YouTube just for you. But now, what are the signs? What are those signs of what are those sexual body language signs? What are they? Now, the first sexual body language sign is usually these are signs that are very easy to look out for. In case you're wondering if someone is into you, or someone is coming onto you, or someone is trying his luck on you, or someone is into you, these are the signs to look out for. These are the signs to know exactly whether someone really likes you, or someone is into you, or someone is really onto you, or wanting to get down on you, or wanting to have sex with you. Now, these are the signs. The first sign is licking lips. When someone is talking to you, they usually lick their lips. Now, licking lips is one of the things that usually happens automatically without even you knowing that you're doing it. But then, usually, most of the people when someone is really into you, or someone is sexually attracted to you, usually when they speak to you, they lick their lips, or they tend to stare at your lips and look at your lips all the time. At whatever that you do, they stare at your lips, or they even lick their lips. Now, these are some of the signs that you really need to look out for in case you want to know exactly what are those signs. If you want to know if someone is into you, if you want to know exactly what someone is up to regarding sexual, or maybe someone is trying to play some games of molesting games and all that kind of stuff. So these are the things, these are the signs you need to look out for. Now the licking of the lips is something that usually people do without even taking note of it. At the back of their mind, or subconsciously, they usually lick their lips without knowing that they're licking their lips. So you know that there's a lot of signs, and some of them I'm going to mention them, but I won't be able to mention all of the signs here because I would love to keep this video as short as possible. Now, licking lips is one of the signs. The second sign of to know exactly whether the signs of the body language, if you want to know if someone is sexually into you. Another body language sign is when someone is agreeing with you. agreeing with you, or doing gestures of agreeing with you all the time. So these are the signs that you need to look out for. Many times you hardly get to know exactly whether someone is into you, or someone likes you, or someone is. Some people, those who don't know the signs, usually get confused and they get misled, even thinking like, say, maybe say for instance, like most of the girls, if you're into a boy and you really think and he's saying things to you, or maybe he's flirting with you, but then you're not sure whether the person is really into you. Or now these are the things to look out for. These are the signs to tell whether someone is into you. Now, when someone agrees with you, when you're talking and someone is agreeing with you, agreeing forcefully, agreeing or persistently, agreeing all the time, or agreeing with you, agreeing or jumping onto your words with sentences before you finish them, then that person, that is a body language, sexual body language sign to know that someone is really into you. Now, another sign besides that, another sign is when someone is now this has to do with the hands, or with the body, not to say the body, but with the hands. When someone is rubbing their hand, is sitting next to you and rubbing their hand against you, rubbing their hand against yours, or rubbing their hands against your body on body, rubbing his body or rubbing our body against yours. Now that's another sign that someone is sexually into you. Now another sign is the leg, the way they sit, the sitting position. Now usually when someone sits right opposite you, usually when someone is into you, they will sit right opposite you, or if they sit right next to you, they will make sure that their leg is rubbing your, or when they're sitting, they will make sure that they are facing right directly into you, or maybe they're rubbing, they make sure that they're not so aggressively rubbing the leg onto yours, but rubbing softly and smoothly, rubbing their leg onto yours. Now these are the signs to know exactly if someone is sexually into you, or the body language signs to know if someone is sexually into you. Now another body language sign is when someone asks questions that are not making sense, questions that don't make sense. Like for instance, now you ran into each other, you ran into her, you ran into him, and then he's asking you, are you holding books? Are you going to? But he can see you're holding books. You're holding books, obviously. But then now, when it's a body language sign of sexual, that when you meet someone and you're really into them, or they're into you, they kind of freeze. They don't know what to say. They kind of start saying things that don't make sense, or asking questions that are too obvious, because right now they are not in their minds, or they've lost speech, or things like that. So those are the signs to look out for when you want to know exactly if someone is into you or not. Now another body language, there are many body languages. Another body language is looking straight into your eyes. When they're looking straight into your eyes, into your eyeballs, straight into your eyeballs, that's one of the ways to know exactly if someone is sexually into you, if they look into your eyeballs for a long time. So it's easy. If it's just a glance, if it's just a quick thing of looking you into your eye, then that's fine. But if there's someone is looking straight into your eyeballs for such a long time, then that one there is a sexual body language sign. So these are the things to look out for. Now there are several, like I said, there are several body language signs. You can dive into my videos there. I've got plenty of videos that can teach you about sex, about how to treat sexual disorders, how to treat sexual depression and sexual anxiety and all that kind of stuff. Many videos, plenty of videos are down there in the place. So go dive straight into them and check them out. You will learn a lot and you will see a lot of things. Now another sexual body language is when someone stares at your lips. When someone is staring at your lips for a long time, when you speak, the more they're staring at your lips. If it's a guy, then he's staring at your lips, then you know that that person is into you, and that person is really imagining you giving them a blowjob or kissing you. Usually those are the things that are going through someone's mind when they're staring at your lips when you're talking. Now another one is when they rub their boobs. When they're rubbing their boobs, especially with women, if they're rubbing their boobs, then they're busy fantasizing over you. They're fantasizing over you. That one there is a body language sign. And another one, another body language, sexual body language sign is when they're rubbing their lips. When they rub their lips all the time. Rubbing lips is a sexual body language sign. That person is into you, is sexually into you now. Now, this, when such people, now this goes to also if to molesters. If you want to see, check out who a molester is, and someone who is sexually molested, or a pervert. Those are some of the signs that perverts also use. Now, these are the things to look out for. Now, another sign, another one last sign before I close up and go away is when someone is I won't say stalking, but when someone is when someone sits with their arms wide open, when they sit with, usually when someone is closing up to you and doesn't want anything to do with you, or someone is nervous, they usually close up their arms like this. When they talk to you, they close up their arms. But then now, when someone is really into you, and the body language, when someone is sexually into you, they sit with their arms wide open, with their chest wide open, like kind of like inviting you to either hug them or either just grab them and kiss them and all that kind of stuff. So they always open up to you. They always wide open up to you. Their legs, when they sit, their legs are wide open, and their arms are wide open, and their shoulders are broad and wide open. Now, these are the signs to look out for. If you want to know exactly if someone is sexually into you, or to look out for the sexual body language signs. Now, these are the signs to look out for. Now, make sure that you look out for. Instead, if you're a teenager and you're still in school, look out for these signs. Be very attentive about these things. Now, I've mentioned there are many that I haven't mentioned here, but because we don't have time, I've decided now to postpone them into my other next video that I will make for you, that I will upload and publish in future. But then for now, I would like you to subscribe there. If you're new to this channel, subscribe at the bottom and touch the bell button to receive a notification to all my awesome videos that I upload to YouTube just for you. Like this video if you like it. If you don't like it, it's fine. But if you like it, just touch the like button, and then make sure that you share this video, share it with friends, and make sure that you spread it for people to know, and save teenagers out there, save friends, so that they don't get molested, or so that they know exactly who are the perverts and who are not. Now, make sure that you share it on social media, share it on Twitter, share it everywhere. Make sure that you come back again for more sex videos, because I usually make awesome ones just for you. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, and I hope that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today.
Straight to the point. There is a red button there. Hit the red button there, the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like this video, and then go ahead and hit the bell button to receive a notification of everything that I send and everything that I post on YouTube. So do not forget to send in your comment if you want to share ideas and share and hear what we have to say about your idea, and send in everything that you want. Send in all your feedback, send in everything, all the rubbish, everything that you need to send a comment. Send a comment in that box at the bottom there. Thank you so much for listening. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, hoping that you stay tuned to our beauty tips today.
Now, we're going to talk about sexual energy transfer, and if you want to know exactly what sexual energy transfer means and what exactly is and how it affects our lives, so still don't go anywhere, don't move, because we do have a lot to learn in this video. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, hoping that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today. Now, before we dive straight into this video, we need to find out exactly what is sexual energy transfer. Now, we're going to talk about that, but before we say anything and we dive into it, I want you to subscribe there at the bottom if you're new to this channel. Touch the bell button to all my awesome videos that I upload to YouTube just for you. Now, sexual energy transfer. What is sexual energy transfer in the first place? Now, when we get together, or when you get together and have sex with someone, there is sexual energy that is transferred, sexual energy that you do not realize, you do not see. Now when you sleep with someone, when you have sex with someone, it goes beyond physical or two bodies having sex. It goes beyond that. Now there is energy. Now remember, you are divided into three parts, or you are divided into three parts. You are a person, you are divided into three. You are a spirit, you are a spirit, you live in that body, and you own a soul. You own a soul. The soul is the mind, is the mind, or is the soul is the man that thinks for you. Now you are a spirit. You are a spirit. You are a spirit. You live in that body. Now when you have sex with someone, this goes beyond the two bodies that have sex together. It goes beyond that. There are sexual energy. Now when the two bodies have sex, there are energy. There is energy. There is a kind of energy which is the two spirits. The two spirits get together and have sex. That's why you see, you always in your mind, if your mind is not stable, if you're stressed out, if you're angry, if you are disturbed, if you're stressing out, if you're depressed, there is no way you can enjoy sex. You cannot have sex. Now in order to have sex, your mind needs to be think straight. You need to be think straight. You need to focus. You need, in order to ejaculate or to get hard or to get a hard on or to get stiff or to get whatever that you want to call it, you need to focus. Your mind needs to think straight. Now the spirit, when you get into sex with someone, your spirit, the two spirits come together. The two spirits, there is energy that sparks, there is energy that comes together. Now this usually tend to be more sensitive on the women's side, on the feminine side. That's why women find it hard to just have a one night stand. Women cannot just have a fling. You can't just have a one night stand, hit and run with women. Women are so emotional. Women get so attached when it comes to sexual things. Unlike men can have a hit and run, because to men sex is like a marathon. It's like a gym. They go to hit a gym. When a man ejaculates, is equivalent to running 20 kilometers, 20 or 18 kilometers. That's equivalent to when a man. That's why you see, for a man, sex is like a gym. It's a gym. But unlike for a woman it's emotional. She gets so attached. Now this is a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual act. It goes beyond physical. Now when two spirits come together, when two people come together, there is energy that is transferred. Now this is where you find the sexual energy transfer. Sexual energy is transferred when the two spirits come together, when two souls. That's why you find people, usually women, usually say my soulmate. He was my soulmate. I thought he was my soulmate. There is energy that is transferred. That's why I usually say in all my videos, I usually tell people that I speak to, that I talk to, that I teach, that I give my teachings, that when you go around sleeping with a huge number, a big number of people. When you sleep with this one, you have sex with that one, you have sex with this one, you jump onto the other one, you jump onto the other. This is a network. It's a whole network of people that you spiritually get intimate with. You get intimate with a huge number of people. Now these people, they all tend to be in a relationship with you spiritually, even though physically you had sex with them, you slept with them, and then it was done, and then you guys parted, and then it was finished. But spiritually there is energy that is, you are in a relationship with them. Now when I usually tell people that this energy can easily hinder you, can easily stop you from progressing, can easily stop you from settling down in your marriage, settling down in a relationship. This kind of energy can easily hinder your way of living, can easily become a stumbling block in your finances, in your thinking straight. It can easily hinder you. So you always need to understand. You need to know that this is energy that can block you from getting anywhere, getting from somewhere. I usually tell people, I usually talk to people like, if you find that you're struggling in relationships, you're struggling in many areas of life, you always need to go back to your exes, the people that you've had relationships with. Go back to them and make peace with them. Make sure that you find where you went wrong. Make sure that you make peace. Settle the matters with them. Find peace. Find peace with these people, because in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual world, you still bounded together. You still in bond with these people. You still in bond with these souls, with these people. Now this is energy that you cannot see. Most people don't get to realize this is energy that is affecting their daily lives, their financial lives, their relationships, their marriages, and all this kind of stuff. So you need to go back and make peace with it. There is energy that simply is transferred when you have sex with someone. This is the sexual energy transfer that occurs when you come into relationship with someone. Now this usually is held, it's usually energy that women get hold on to. Men, like I said, men easily move on. They easily have sex and move on and get done with it, and it's a hit and run, and they move away and move on with life and forget about it. But then now when women are still, if you're a guy and you've got women that you've had sex with, women are still holding on to you. For them, it's not just a physical thing, it's a spiritual thing. It's energy that they're really still holding on to you. It's a network, it's a whole network of women, of relationships, that of energy that is still live, it's not dead. Now when you go back and make peace with your exes, make peace with all these people that and break up in peace with them, you find that there is some kind of like energy, that a burden that gets off your shoulder, simply because you've broken all the chains, or the ties that have been holding you in the spiritual, from the spiritual realm, from the spiritual world. So I always urge people to make sure that you be careful. Don't you go around sleeping. Don't you go sleeping around and have sex with this one and have sex with that one and have sex with this one, because there is energy, there is sexual energy that is being transferred, between the two of you. So usually this energy is something that binds you together. So I personally believe that when two people come together and have sex, when two people come together, they become one. Now this is where that exactly means. This is what exactly means. When you two come together, you become one. Spiritually, you become one. Now, remember, the spiritual energy, the spiritual forces are the forces. These are the forces, or this is the energy that controls the physical energy, that controls your physical life. Remember, physically, this is just a body. This is just a thing. It's just a thing. It doesn't have life. Now, the spiritual realm is what gives it life. It's what gives it life. The spiritual energy is what drives your life. Basically, it's what controls your life. It's the driver of your whole life. If you're not tuned in well spiritually, if you're not tuned in well with your energy, with your forces, with your spiritual forces, your physical is basically dead. If you're not alive spiritually, if your spiritual energy is dead, basically you're dead. So you need to go back. You need to know exactly that there are sexual forces or sexual energy before you think of sleeping with someone or having sex with someone. Just know that you're gonna have bonds. You're gonna tie bonds. You're basically tying knots with this person. So if you're a person who jumps from this one to the other, there are sexual energy transfer. There is sexual energy transfer that is taking place between you and these people. Then you find that when you come to settle down, and want now to settle down with someone, you want to start a family, you want to get married, you find that there are spirits that are busy messing up your marriage, messing up your relationship, messing up things, people that you even forgot about, exes that you don't even remember their names. The energy that is still controlling that is still tying the both of you together is controlling you right now. It hinders you from from getting anywhere. It hinders you from enjoying your relationship, from enjoying your marriage, from having kids, from having, all those are the forces that tend to become stumbling blocks in your life, stumbling blocks in your future, and tend to block you simply because these people are still spiritually, these people are claiming you as their husband, they're claiming you as their wife. You are tied to them spiritually. These are the energies that you really need to look out for before you jump into bed with someone. Now, if you want to know more about this energy and these forces, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe there at the bottom. Touch also the bell button to receive notification whenever I upload anything onto YouTube. Now, also make sure that you share this information, share it with you on social media with your friends. Let them hear about this information, let them learn about this. Also, make sure that you put a comment there in the comment box. Comment, say anything. I will also be interested in visiting your channel and interact with you, and also look out and watch anything that you have there, so we can also interact and share ideas and see how we can build and learn from one another. Israel again, and I want you to keep coming back and back again for more sex video. Bye bye.
Are you browsing on that world map for your favorite destination during holidays? Cape Town is your best choice. Filled with rocky mountains, Table Mountain is our most tourism attraction, and not to mention Robben Island. Woodstock being one of the neighborhood suburbs, spending time relaxed at the coolest corners situated there will leave you with memories to tell. Spend your holidays in the city of Cape Town and enjoy the African warm experience Mother City has to offer. When it comes to hospitality in Cape Town, hotels in Woodstock next to the Table Mountain will offer the most awesome view, allowing you to take an afternoon walk around the bottoms of the Rocky Mountain. Safety in the city of Cape Town is the #1 priority to ensure that visitor as well as citizens are free to jog and take walk freely without worrying about their well-being. Have you visited the top of the Table Mountains yet? What of riding those boats that take off from the waterfront? The Cape Town experience is one that will leave you with nothing but memories to tell. Catch your next flight and get to your favorite destination, which is the mother city of Cape Town, today.
Now today we're going to talk about sexual frustrations and depression. Now, in case you want to learn and see more of this, stick around, don't go anywhere, and then don't move, don't even go to open the door, because we have a lot to talk about and learn in this video. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, hoping that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today. Now, what are sexual frustrations and depressions? Now, before we dive straight into this, I want you to make sure that you subscribe there at the bottom if you're new to this channel. Make sure that you hit the like button, the bell button, to receive a notification to all my awesome videos that I upload to YouTube just for you. Now, what are the sexual frustrations and depressions? Remember, in all my videos that I've made, sexual videos, the videos that teach about sex, I've always explained, I've even explained that sex is a very good, I've explained many things, many advantages and disadvantages of sex. But then now the good things about sex is very good. Sex is a very good game. First thing that sex does, sex is a stress reliever. Sex is a stress reliever. Sex has a way. Sex is like an exercise. It has a way of, you do have hormones in your body. You have hormones in your body. Now, these happy hormones, sex has a way of inducing these happy hormones. If you're really, that's where you find when a woman didn't get enough sex in the night from the husband or from the boyfriend, they tend to be so frustrated in the morning. They tend to take it out on the co-workers. They tend to hit the kids around and bully the kids around and bully and shout at everyone around. They become frustrated simply because they didn't get enough sex. Now, sex has a way of awakening happy hormones. Happy hormones. Sex, remember, whenever you ejaculate or whenever you, it has a way of inducing your adrenalines, making your adrenalines pump, which are the happy hormones. So now sex is very good. Sex is a very happy, when it comes even into relationships, people that are in relationships usually, I always tell women, do not deprive your husband or your boyfriend of sex, because this is, it's a very good therapy. It's a very good therapy. That's where you find that many people end up cheating. Many couples end up going out there and cheat and commit adultery simply because they are frustrated. They want to. It's a very good exercise, and it's very important that you really keep your sexual activities going on in your marriage or in your relationship. Now you find that people get depressed and frustrated when they don't have sex in a while, when they tend not to get it, not to receive it, or not to when they are deprived of it, they even tend to get frustrated and depressed. But then now, what are the other things that are very that you can get, that you can achieve simply from having sex? Now sex is a very good, it's very good with blood circulation. For those people who've got high blood pressure, sex is very good at calming down your sugar levels. Your sugar levels is very good at doing that, simply because just like I said, it's a very good stress reliever. It has a way of pumping your blood. It boils, it heats up your body. Making your blood traveling in the veins at an effective speed, and very effectively preventing it from clotting and preventing you from getting strokes and all that kind of stuff. So stress is a very good. For those who are suffering from diabetes and high blood pressure, sex is a very good activity to do, and it's very important that in your relationship you do have sex. That though I won't say sex is everything. Sex is not everything in a relationship, but sex is a very good, very important activity when it comes to relationships also. Now, in order to avoid stress and frustrations, you need to make sure that you do have sex, enjoy sex. Now, one other thing is, don't take it as a duty. Don't take sex as a duty. Sex is a game. See it as a game. See it as something you enjoy doing. Now, I've got many videos that teach you how to enjoy your sex, how to increase your sex drive, how to increase your testosterone for men, how to increase your how to get back your mojo, how to get back that sex drive. That when I do understand, in marriages, men tend to lose their testosterone, and they tend to lose interest in it. Women, when they get pregnant, when they have their first babies, they tend to lose their. But then now I've got videos there in my playlist. Go and check them out. I've got videos about foods that you need to eat in order to increase your testosterone, to increase your sex drive, and all of that. Make sure that you feed on those foods. Eat those foods to keep your testosterone high and to keep your sex drive high, because it's very important. When one of you lose their interest in having sex in a relationship, the other one is gonna end up frustrated and it's gonna mess up your relationship. Do you want your marriage? Do you want your relationship? Do you love him or do you love her? Make sure that you maintain your sexuality, maintain your sex mojo, maintain your sex drive. You need to maintain it. If you cannot get enough foods, if you don't know the foods that really, go and speak to your physician. Go dive into my videos there. Now remember, there is one chemical in your body that I always mention in my sex videos. That chemical is very important. It's the chemical responsible for sperm formation. If you've got low sperm count, if your muscles have declined and you don't have muscles, your penis doesn't get hard, you don't ejaculate anymore, that your sperm, your sex drive is just a mess. Now this chemical in the body is called zinc. It's called zinc. I always mention about zinc, talk about zinc. Zinc is the one responsible for sperm formation and also for muscle growth. Your muscle growth, they need this chemical, strictly need this chemical. If you can't find foods, there are foods that are filled with zinc, food like oysters, food like meat, food like chicken, they're filled, but mostly oysters and seafood are filled with a lot of zinc. Now feed on those foods. If you can't get access to those foods, take supplements. use supplements. If you're taking chronic medications, make sure that you go and talk to your physician, talk to your doctor, and ask him about supplementing your body with zinc. Now you need to opt. Go for these foods. Go for these foods. Go for this. You need your sex drive back. You need your sex drive back in order to prevent your partner from being frustrated and being. Now, for women, I understand women. When you get pregnant, you had a baby. You just had your baby. You're going through that depression, postpartum depression, or whatever that you want to call it. That depression you go through straight after you've had a baby. You need to go and speak to someone, or else your husband will go and cheat on you. Your husband will cheat on you because without sex you get frustrated, you get depressed. Especially this happens to men. Men get depressed when they have it's more they become frustrated, they start shouting at everybody. They tend to turn to things like drugs, things like drinking, things like women, things like womanizing and all that kind of stuff. So make sure that if you want to keep your relationship intact, you want to keep your man, you want to keep your woman, make sure that you maintain your sex drive. Maintain your testosterone. For guys, maintain your testosterone. Make sure that you opt for foods. There are foods that you need to stop eating. If you're a guy, stop eating those foods. Stop feeding on fatty foods. Go and look for foods that are filled with omega-3. Omega-3 foods include fish oil. They include avocados. Is packed with omega-3. Olive oil. Cook with olive or eat olive oil. Those are foods that are filled with omega-3. There are also other foods like peanuts are filled. Mayonnaise is filled with mayonnaise that is made with olive oil. These are foods that are filled with omega-3. Now you need omega-3 mostly if you're a guy. If you're a woman, you need mostly. For women, women should stop feeding on foods that increase testosterone. For men, male foods. There are foods that should be eaten by men, and there are foods that are eaten by women. Now, foods for men, women should avoid foods for men. Foods like chicken breasts, foods that are filled with high protein are not foods for women. Women feed on foods that are fatty, rich, good fats like omega-6. Those are foods for women. So now you need to keep your mojo. You need to maintain your sexuality if you don't want to get frustrated and depressed. Now this is what we call sexual frustration and depression. When your sex life in your relationship is a mess, it's not in proper condition, you find that you guys shout at each other, you guys break up even for nothing, simply because one of you has declined when it comes to sex. And the guy, usually guys decline between the age of 25, 30, between the age of 30, 28 for guys, the testosterone start declining until between that age and what. Basically, guys, if they don't feed on supplements, testosterone decline from the age of 30. They never come back. So that from 30, if you're 30, start feeding on go on a strict diet that gives you that puts your testosterone up, and also feed on omega-3, also feed on high protein foods, and also feed on zinc. High zinc foods in order to make sure that you keep your. Now remember, whenever also you ejaculate, now talking about zinc, whenever you ejaculate, you lose a lot of zinc. 90%, almost over 90% of the chemicals in your sperm is zinc. So whenever you ejaculate, you lose a lot of zinc. That's why you find that most men, after they ejaculate or after they come or after they finish with sex, they want to take a nap. Now this, whenever you lose zinc, your body goes into a weak mode, a lazy mode, and that's why you need, say for instance, if you're a person who goes to hit a gym, you need at least 2 hours after sex to go and hit a gym. Your body needs to first make up. Your body needs to make up for the zinc that it's lost. You need to make up. So go and hit your gym after 2 hours after the body has made up and after the body has recovered from the loss of zinc that is covered. Now remember, zinc is stored in muscle. Muscles store zinc. Just like calcium is stored in bones, zinc is stored in muscles. That's why whenever your muscles decline, whenever you lose zinc, your muscles decline, your gut, your six-pack tend to disappear, simply because you tend to lose a lot of zinc through ejaculation. That is why you need to up your game, up your food, up your intake, go on a strict diet that is filled with zinc and high protein. Now make sure that before you go away, before you walk away, and you want to know more about zinc and more about the diets that bring back your sex drive and bring back your testosterone and your sex mojo, make sure that you subscribe there at the bottom. Touch the bell button next to it to receive a notification to all my awesome videos that I upload to YouTube just for you. Now share this video, share it on social media, share it everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, everywhere on WhatsApp, for people, for your friends, for your buddies, for your cousins to learn about this. Now make sure that you comment there, put a comment there in the comment box for me to interact and visit your channel and share ideas with you, and also interact and make sure that I subscribe also to your channel. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmet. I'll make sure that you keep coming back and back again for more sex videos. Bye bye. Do you want to know the sexual body language signs? Sit still, don't go anywhere, because we've got a lot to discuss and I've got a lot of tips to give you regarding sexual body language signs. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, hoping that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today. Now, what are the sexual body language signs? There are several sexual body language signs, and of which some of them I'm gonna walk you through them right now. But first of all, before we dive straight into it, I would want you to subscribe. If you're new to this channel, subscribe down there at the bottom, touch the bell button, and then to receive a notification or a message to every awesome video that I upload to YouTube just for you. But now, what are the signs? What are those signs of what are those sexual body language signs? What are they? Now, the first sexual body language sign is usually these are signs that that are very easy to look out for, in case you're wondering if someone is into you, or someone is coming onto you, or someone is trying his luck on you, or someone is into you. These are the signs to look out for. These are the signs to know exactly whether someone really likes you, or someone is into you, or someone is really onto you, or wanting to get down on you, or wanting to have sex with you. Now, these are the signs. The first sign is licking lips. When someone is talking to you, they usually lick their lips. Now, licking lips is one of the things that usually happens automatically without even you knowing that you're doing it. But then usually most of the people who, when someone is really into you, or someone is sexually attracted to you, usually when they speak to you, they lick their lips, or they tend to stare at your lips and look at your lips all the time. At whatever that you do, they stare at your lips, or they even lick their lips. Now, these are some of the signs that you really need to look out for, in case you want to know exactly what are those signs. If you want to know if someone is into you, if you want to know exactly what someone is up to regarding sexual, or maybe someone is trying to play some games of molesting games and all that kind of stuff. So these are the things, these are the signs you need to look out for. Now the licking of the lips is something that usually people do without even taking note of it. At the back of their mind, or subconsciously, they usually lick their lips without knowing that they're licking their lips. So you know that there's a lot of signs, and some of them I'm going to mention them, but I won't be able to mention all of the signs here, because I would love to keep this video as short as possible. Now, licking lips is one of the signs. The second sign of to know exactly whether the signs of the body language, if you want to know if someone is sexually into you. Another body language sign is when someone is agreeing with you, or doing gestures of agreeing with you all the time. So these are the signs that you need to look out for. Many times you hardly get to know exactly whether someone is into you, or someone likes you, or someone is. Some people, those who don't know the signs, usually get confused and they get misled. even thinking like, say, maybe some, say for instance, like most of the girls, if you're into a boy and you really think and he's saying things to you, or maybe is flirting with you, but then you're not sure whether the person is really into you. Or now these are the things to look out for. These are the signs to tell whether someone is into you. Now, when someone agrees with you, when you're talking and someone is agreeing with you, agreeing forcefully, agreeing or persistently, agreeing all the time, or agreeing with you, agreeing or jumping onto your words with sentences before you finish them, then that person, that is a body language, sexual body language sign to know that someone is really into you. Now, another sign besides that, another sign is when someone is now this has to do with the hands, or with the body, not to say the body, but with the hands. When someone is rubbing their hand, is sitting next to you and rubbing their hand against you, rubbing their hands, rubbing their hand against yours, or rubbing their hands against your body on body, rubbing his body or rubbing our body against yours. Now that's another sign that someone is sexually into you. Now another sign is the leg, the way they sit, the sitting position. Now usually when someone sits right opposite you, usually when someone is into you, they will sit right opposite you, or if they sit right next to you, they will make sure that their leg is rubbing your, or when they're sitting, they will make sure that they are facing right directly into you, or maybe they're rubbing, they make sure that they're not so aggressively rubbing the leg onto yours, but rubbing softly and smoothly, rubbing their leg onto yours. Now these are the signs to know exactly if someone is sexually into you, or the body language signs to know if someone is sexually into you. Now another body language sign is when someone asks questions that are not making sense, questions that don't make sense. Like for instance, now you ran into each other, you ran into her, you ran into him, and then he's asking you, are you holding books? Are you going to? But he can see you're holding books. You're holding books, obviously. But then now, when it's a body language sign of sexual, that when you meet someone and you're really into them, or they're into you, they kind of freeze. They don't know what to say. They kind of start saying things that don't make sense, or asking questions that are too obvious, because right now they are not in their minds, or they've lost speech, or things like that. So those are the signs to look out for when you want to know exactly if someone is into you or not. Now another body language, there are many body languages. Another body language is looking straight into your eyes. When they're looking straight into your eyes, into your eyeballs, straight into your eyeballs, that's one of the ways to know exactly if someone is sexually into you, if they look into your eyeballs for a long time. So it's easy. If it's just a glance, if it's just a quick thing of looking you into your eye, then that's fine. But if there's someone is looking straight into your eyeballs for such a long time, then that one there is a sexual body language sign. So these are the things to look out for. Now there are several, like I said, there are several body language signs. You can dive into my videos there. I've got plenty of videos that can teach you about sex, about how to treat sexual disorders, how to treat sexual depression and sexual anxiety and all that kind of stuff. Many videos, plenty of videos are down there in the place. So go dive straight into them and check them out. You will learn a lot and you will see a lot of things. Now another sexual body language is when someone stares at your lips. When someone is staring at your lips for a long time, when you speak, the more they're staring at your lips. If it's a guy, then he's staring at your lips, then you know that that person is into you, and that person is really imagining you giving them a blowjob or kissing you. Usually those are the things that are going through someone's mind when they're staring at your lips when you're talking. Now another one is when they rub their boobs, when they're rubbing their boobs, especially with women. If they're rubbing their boobs, then they're busy fantasizing over you. They're fantasizing over you. That one there is a body language sign. And another body language, sexual body language sign is when they're rubbing their lips. When they rub their lips all the time. Rubbing lips is a sexual body language sign. That person is into you, is sexually into you. Now this, when such people, now this goes to also if to molesters. If you want to check out who a molester is, and someone who is sexually molested, or a pervert but those are some of the signs that perverts also use. Perverts use. Now these are the things to look out for. Now another sign, another one last sign before I close up and go away is when someone is I won't say stalking, but when someone is when someone sits with their arms wide open, when they sit with, usually when someone is closing up to you and doesn't want anything to do with you, or someone is nervous, they usually close up their arms like this. When they talk to you, they close up their arms. But then now, when someone is really into you, and the body language, when someone is sexually into you, they sit with their arms wide open, with their chest wide open, like kind of like inviting you to either hug them or either just grab them and kiss them and all that kind of stuff. So they always open up to you. They always wide open up to you. Their legs, when they sit, their legs are wide open and their arms are wide open and their shoulders are broad and wide open. Now these are the signs to look out for if you want to know exactly if someone is sexually into you, or to look out for the sexual body language signs. Now these are the signs to look out for. Now make sure that you look out for, instead, if you're a teenager and you're still in school, look out for these signs. Be very attentive about these things. Now I've mentioned there are many that I haven't mentioned here, but because we don't have time, I've decided now to postpone them into my other next video that I will make for you, that I will upload and publish in future. But then for now, I would like you to subscribe there. If you're new to this channel, subscribe at the bottom and touch the bell button to receive a notification to all my awesome videos that I upload to YouTube just for you. Like this video if you like it. If you don't like it, it's fine. But if you like it, just touch the like button, and then make sure that you share this video, share it with friends, and make sure that you spread it for people to know, and save teenagers out there, save friends, so that they don't get molested, or so that they know exactly who are the perverts and who are not. Now make sure that you share it on social media, share it on Twitter, share it everywhere. Make sure that you come back again for more sex videos, because I usually make awesome ones just for you. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, and I hope that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today.